What up, my tubers? We're back for some more drafting here on Arena. Some more of this Chaos slash QB type mixed up Magic 30 event. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. And always don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your Magic card needs. We opened a land, so we're not going to be taking that. 5 mana, 2/4 flyer at the beginning of your end step. If you gained life, at the beginning of each end step, not just your end step, you make a bat. You can probably try to force that. I mean, there are going to be a handful of life gain synergies, I'm assuming, but it's probably a little bit hard to make work. If that was a 4 mana 2/4, it'd be good enough to play on its own. A 5 mana 2/4 that has the same ability is a little bit more awkward. I'm probably supposed to just take this Bladed Ambassador here. Just a really annoying 2-drop that they never want to trade with early or block early. Yeah. Let's just take the Bladed Ambassador. Getting past an Arcane Proxy. Not a very good one. What is the Necropanther again? Whenever this mutates, return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, that's not shabby. I remember Sunblade Samurai being quite nice. Yeah, I mean, not a great pack. Kind of want to take the Cat Nightmare. But is that good? Maybe not. Mutate is on a non-human creature. I bet you the Land Cycler is just better, right? This is good early and good late. Probably seems fine. Okay. Start off with some kind of white build. Oh, now we're getting a Jawbone Duelist and a Star-Crowned Stag. If you've ever played with the Stag, you'll know that this was a pretty good one. Nice aggressive white creature from M19. Modern Age is really nice. There's a Malkator's Watcher. That's not just, you know, it's not bad. Diver Scab is great as well. Do you want to try to do some like white aggro? The Duelist and the Stag here. Kind of spicy. Maybe the Modern Age is better than both of those. And maybe even Diver Scab. But I stay in white for now if I just take one of these randos. I mean, the Duelist isn't good by itself. You need ways to back it up, right? You need pump effects or auras or equipment or something, so I think I kind of just like taking the Stag here and playing it a little bit safer, maybe. Just the individually solid card by itself. But yeah, no, this is a good start to a white aggro deck of sorts. Audric the Bloodcursed. Create X blood tokens when it ETBs, where X is the number of abilities from among Flying, First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Hexproof. Okay, so it's going to be a 3/3 for 3 that sometimes makes a couple of blood, maybe. You know, I'm kind of down for that. Maybe we just force red-white aggro. We played a nice red-white aggro deck a couple days ago for one of the YouTube videos, and we got out like heroic reinforcements and whatnot for that. Maybe we can do something similar here. There's an Exalted Exaltation. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, a lot of the times when you're playing these type of aggro decks, you go super wide with small creatures and you just try to, you know, overwhelm the opponent, but sometimes the board state gets kind of gummed up. And so being able to then turn one of your creatures into like a 7/7 when it attacks seems pretty funny. Ooh, and that's a nice one to give up a nice pump effect too, right? 3/2 lifelink that... Oh, I guess you have to discard a historic card. So maybe a 4 mana 3/2 lifelink isn't as good in this format. What is the discipline again? ETB, enchanted creature gains first strike, and it's a pump effect. Okay, that's going to be pretty good, I think. There's a Murderer's Axe here, too. That was the equipment I was talking about for the, well, I passed it, but the Duelist. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield your control, target creature an opponent controls can't block this turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved, that creature attack... Okay, wait, now hold up. Kind of forgot the Sizzling Soloist. It's expensive. I mean, we have a high curve for red-white right now, but I think this is where we want to be. 4/3 Trampler for 4 versus a 2/3 Menace for 3. It has some synergy with equipment, though I don't have any. I might just take the attacking or blocking 4 damage. Isn't Time of Ice really good too? Yeah, Time of Ice is like a lockdown with a double bounce later on. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Let's go red, white, beats. Solid Footing is another flash trick. As long as enchanted creature has vigilance, it assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Weird. Bitter Reunion's okay. Buy Your Silence is just kind of slow removal, but removal nonetheless. I guess I'm going to take Bitter Reunion here. I didn't end up getting that, what do you call it? Duelist, so I think I don't need to prioritize the pump effects. 3 mana, 3/2. We probably don't have any wizards right now, but we want filler cards. It doesn't matter if they're pretty vanilla. I mean, I would be happy with a 3 mana, 3/3 in red-white, so 3 mana, 3/2 is not that much different. Probably going to be a cut, though. Okay, Dapper Shieldmate Wield, another 4-drop, but again, it is a solid one. Has a shield counter, and then as long as it's my turn, the Shieldmate gets +2/+0, so another really annoying attacker, just like the Bladed Ambassador is. But I would be okay if we never got another 4-drop or 5-drop and just got our curve really low. Man, Modern Age going around super late. Sure, Strike here for us is nice. We're doing okay here. We're doing okay here. Okay, filler we're not playing. I guess we don't want to play against a giant spider. Classic card. Hey, Juggernaut's really good here too. Trampler with the Exaltation. Could do a lot of damage. I mean, it's another expensive card, but... Alright. Lower the curve with a Dreadhorde Arcanist? No, that's not good in our deck. Oh, this is probably just Jaya's Greeting, right? 2 mana, 3 damage to a creature, you get to scry, yeah. Would like a 2 mana, 3/1, definitely. Wouldn't mind Grim Initiate. 3/3 for 3 that attacks, yeah, that's fine. We might wheel one of those cards. Don't know why I'm feeling like such an aggro player right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Avacyn's Judgment. Well, this is actually just like Chandra's Pyrohelix, right? If we don't have ways to discard, which actually we have Blood Token potential, but I'm guessing I should just take the Either Chaser here. 2 mana, 2/1 first strike that also makes a 1/1 when it attacks, at least one time anyway, is just too good. Judgment is a nice card for sure, but we need the creatures more than we need the removal. Omen of the Sun wouldn't be bad. Boots of Speed would probably be fine. Yeah, I gotta take the creature here. That's only our second 2-drop. We have 2 2-drops and a 3-drop, and then a bunch of 4 and 5s, so that's gotta be right. Another Omen of the Sun. Okay. 2 1/1s for 3 mana we'll probably accept. What else? Energy synergy with the Either Chaser. That's kind of funny. This is good if you have a lot of creatures that have ETB effects too, I guess. Audacious Thief, really annoying to play against. Now let's take the instant speed 2 1/1s. I guess that's good with a Sizzling Soloist. Get the double trigger. Here we have another 3 mana, 2/1/1s. Okay. I think this is what we want. I would not be surprised if we see a couple of different, like, trumpet blast type effects too, right? That's really common. So if we just get a bunch of, like, token producers, getting 1 or 2 ways to mass pump attackers could also be good enough. Let's see, Rising Populace. Whenever another creature or planeswalker you control dies, you put a 1/1 counter on it. I think that's worth it. Again, nice with the tokens. At its base, it's a 3 mana 2/2, but then it just gets bigger and bigger. Like, even if one creature dies, it's a 3/3, which is relevant enough. The 2-drops are going to be the most important thing to pick up, though, and we still only have 2 of them. We've done a good job of picking up some 3s for curve purposes, but I would love to get 3 or 4 even extra 2-drops here. Okay, another infantry, or whatever, initiate. Getting this one 6th means we might see the other one come back on the wheel. More reasons to maybe consider picking up some equipment that... I think I passed an axe of some sort, right? The Marauder's axe or something. It was like 2 mana to play, 2 mana to equip. That's a really good trick, but I need the 2-drop. This is pick 7. There's another Cliffhaven Sellsword coming back, potentially pick 9, right? Not that we mind. Oh, another card type, anyways, that might be good for this deck is like a Falter effect. As we're getting a Valduck here. We have 1 Aura right now, right? Oh man, I really wish I had taken that equipment. Red-white equipment in like a Chaos QB draft. No wizards for the Journey Mage, do we? No. So vanilla 3/2. 1, 2, 3. We're at 3 2-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-drops. Nice. Did get the other initiate back, yeah. And these also hold equipment extremely well because of the first strike, right? So even if we just get an equipment that pumps up for 2 power, like a 3/1 first strike is pretty annoying. This deck looks like it's going to be pretty good, I think. Boots of Speed, we'll take it. Absolutely. Forgot that was coming back on the wheel, or hopefully come back on the wheel like it did. And this is, what, pack 2? So we have a full pack, and we're basically full on playables. Meaning we just get to now solidify whatever kind of deck we have. Easiest cuts right now, let's see. I don't think the Paladin Shield's worth it, but Zeal as a trick could be okay. Ryle's pretty medium. Alright, easiest cuts right now. Probably like Sure Strike. What else? I don't know. Sunfall? Ay, 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 ay. Well, this is one of the weird wraths that you'll actually play it and not be mad about it in your aggressive deck. Gavany Silversmith is also very good. There's a Windscarred Crag here. I mean, just pure bomb. Exile all creatures. Incubate X, where X is the number of creatures exiled this way. What a terrifying card. One, two auras and equipment for Valduck. Not good enough. Jeez, this is another insane pack for us. We're going to take the good removal, Fateful Absence here. But Borrowed Time is also really good removal. Guardian's just a decent 2-drop. Good flyer for 3. 2/2 for 2 we would play. I mean, what a pack. Is it possible I'm supposed to take the Sun-Blessed Guardian as another good 2-drop over the Fateful Absence? I guess with 2 Grim Initiates, maybe the 2-drops aren't as necessary. Yeah, we better just take the good removal. Seems right to me. Fearless Puppy. Some good black cards here. You don't need snow lands for the Draugr Necromancer to be good, right? Yeah, you don't need snow for that to be good. It just helps. There's a Surveyor. 1/1 first striker that's pumpable. Easy pickup. Ooh, a Butcher's Cleaver. Nice. All right, that is definitely an equipment we're taking. And how many humans do we have? 6 as well. Perfect. Something like this is exactly what we were looking for. It just makes all of our weenie threats so much more relevant. So I'm guessing I can cut the Sure Strike now. Creature count is, what, 14, 15-ish? I can probably cut the Rising Populace. Isn't this one really good? 3/3 Trample Haste for 3. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as it enters, and whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Yeah, that card is good. I love it when a plan comes together. This one I do not remember being good. Beginning of your end step, mill a card. If a land was milled, you gain a life. Otherwise, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And then exile oh, it's a good grind out card. That's what it is. But we do have another equipment, and that's better than the one I was talking about. We saw like Marauders, which was 2 mana to cast, but it does the same thing. This is 2 to equip, but only 1 to cast. Ral's Reinforcements also. I take the Ral's here. Another good 2-drop. Gale Swooper's not bad. 3 mana, 1/2 double striker with our pump effects is pretty good. Too many playables. Hey, Stone Quarry, pick 8. I need to cut 3 cards minimum? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, 2 1/1s is whatever. Even with our pump effects, I think that's fine to cut them. Probably should cut some top end. I mean, maybe I don't need the Samurai. Maybe I don't need the Dapper. We're getting the 2/3 flyer back. We're not going to cut that. Yeah, I'm going to shave some of the top end. Is it weird to cut the Juggernaut here? Juggernaut seems so good in our deck too. Can probably cut the Bitter Reunion. I guess I don't need the Discipline now. It's a good trick though to flash in for 1 mana. I guess I don't need Soloist. Or maybe Exaltation is not good now. Maybe we're going so wide we don't need this card. I think it is going to be good in our deck though, so I'm going to probably keep it. Yeah, I'm fine cutting the Twin Scroll Shaman. We have other good creatures to pump. Alright, we'll just run 16 lands like this. Go a little bit heavier on the red since we have 3 red 1-drops. So let's add the Stone Quarry and then go 8/7. That looks like a good red-white aggro deck. Let's go. On to round 1 here of this Magic Mixed Up 30 draft. Round 1 fight on the play, but we don't have a creature before turn 5, so I think we have to mulligan that type of hand with our specific deck. That's a good hand. I'm going to keep the Cleaver over the Boots of Speed here, I think. Nice draw. Red-white mirror match. That is actually a really annoying creature because it's a 2/2 lifelinker, so they can race, but what can you do? And a 2/2 lifelink is surprisingly horrible for us to fight against. Oh, a Sunfall's good. Whenever one of our cards leave your graveyard, scry one. Okay. Let's just equip and pass then. Five can't attack or block alone. I'm gonna bide my time one more turn. Because the Sunfall here is looking funny. Aw, rude. Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, I can't block anyways. Never mind. I was gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and chump with the 1/1, but the Cosmotronic just makes us unable to block. Alright, attack for 1. Sunfall. We are at 8. They've got a 4/2. Let's go land, pass. I can animate the token and then military discipline to first strike kill the frenzied raptor, ideally. If we can find any of our humans, we're also going to be able to suit it up with a big lifelink equipment, which is nice. Why are they doing it there? I guess I'd do it in response. Well, they didn't even attack. Weird. I guess they have a removal spell in their hand and they wanted me to activate like that. Okay, big jugs. Outlaws Merriment. Now they must have been first picking that card. At the beginning of your upkeep, you choose one at random. They get a 3/1 with trample haste, a 2/1 with lifelink and haste, or a 1/2 with haste that when it ETBs, it pings. That's extremely bad for us. You know what? I think I might just try to race them here. I'm gonna need to find a human or something, or kill them real fast. Okay, they got lifelink and haste, so they can hit me to 6 and gain 2. It's a funny looking token. Yeah, Merriment. Again, if I don't kill them quickly, I will just die to Merriment. That's annoying. More life gain. Is that a human? That is. So 2... Well, we can just equip over here. I need to put them on that clock. So if they hit the 1/2, they can ping my sellsword, but they hit the 3/1. So if they attack, I'm just going to take 5. Like I said, I have to try to race it. Bad draw, obviously. Need to gain the... Oh, that's not even a human. That's a core warrior. Oh, whoopsies. I made a mistake. Why did I think that was a human? So now I lose if they hit their 3/1. Okay, that's not a 3-1. I'm at 1. If you have anything, I die. Okay. You got me. Oh, Sacred Fire was gonna ruin us anyways. Merriment is so hard to beat. Like, I think we played exactly how we had to. Because if I just sit back, they just keep on getting a creature every turn. So, what a beating. GG's. All right, on to game number 2 we go. Okay. Once again, we do have Sunfall in hand. But we want to be in a position where we don't need to cast Sunfall, right? Our deck just wants to try to roll our opponents over. The turn 1 pup. Remember, the pump effect on the puppy is only when it's attacking. Can I get a 2-drop off the top? Or another 1-drop? Not this time. Oh, hey, we're gonna get a blood token because our creature has first strike, too. Nice. So 3/3, that makes a blood token when it enters the battlefield. That's not a bad deal. Seems like a steal of a deal, even. OP is playing a bunch of artifacts, but they're not doing anything that is relevant to the board. Let's go ahead and sack Blood right now and pitch excess land, because drawing that 6th was not totally necessary. And then we're just going to hit him here for 6. Oh, sure. Dazzling Lights to gain 3 life and surveil 2. I am okay with this. So we're probably still going to play out the Stag next turn instead of the Samurai, because this is more likely to push in more damage since they just don't have a board presence. And it's still okay versus Sky Skiff, because all of my creatures will be able to attack into the Sky Skiff. And I say that because, you know, with the Stag, it's not a root-bound crag, Kenji. If we tap a creature and then they crew in response, that doesn't matter. I'd be very surprised if they wanted to attack for 2 here. 4 mana, 3/4, pumps up your other knights, and then it gives knights double strike until end of turn, so that counts itself. So yeah, let's just go Stag and pass. Hulking Metamorph, a copy of their Valiant Knight? Oh, baby. That's pretty cool. Huh. So we need to draw a trick of sorts. I think I'm going to run out the Grim Initiate, but not the Sunblade Samurai here. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to run out both. We have a lot of good draws that will still let us attack. And if we don't find something that lets us attack, then we always have this Sunfall on backup. Okay. All right. I mean, sitting with Sunfall. This is one of those gum up situations I was talking about. 4-6. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You reveal up to 2 Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, Wizard, and our ally cards from among them and put them in your hand. And so they have access to blue and white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be 7 mana to activate that. So I don't actually need to. I don't actually need to Sunfall yet because they can't activate that ability for at least 1 more turn. So we're hoping that they develop out a little bit more to their side of the board. Commit just a little bit more. Currently, Sunfall will make a 9/9 incubate token. Yeah. Keep it going. I'm okay taking 2 damage here. Come on, tap just a little bit more. 1 more creature. That wasn't a bad draw. That actually lets us start attacking if we wanted to. But I'm going to go for the fall. Just a little too good. How does a 10/10 sound after a board wipe? Is the shatter paws of disbelief? Punching their keyboard right now. Yeah, baby. And it's better to run out the sellsword here, because holding up animation of the incubate doesn't do anything. So they can crew the Sky Skiff and then equip the torch to it and shoot our Cliffhaven if they want to. Oh wow, they're going to attack. Oh, no, they're going to make that play. Okay. So this is pretty funny, because this says tap target creature with mana value 2 or greater. You know what does not have a mana value of 2 or greater? A 10/10 incubate token. Okay, just some more random equipment. That's a great draw. Does that make humans? It does. It makes humans for the Butcher's Cleaver, too. So they're forced to jump here. They're going to animate with the skiff and then probably just tap, or crew. Animate the skiff, block, rather. Return up to 2 creatures to their owner's hand. Oh no! Attack for 1. If you do, you're dead. Very nice. Alright. No blocks. We flash it in. 2/1/1's end of turn. Equip the Butcher's Cleaver. That's 5. Easy mode. Let's go. Alright. Sunfall wins 1. Sunfall loses 1. The loss was surprising, I guess. Well, no, not really. They had or Outlaws Merriment? Something like that. Game 3 we go. Pretty decent looking hand. 1 drop. Trick. Oh, we even have an aura for Valduck now. Oh, the bolt to exile my Grim Initiate. You got me. Child of Night. Let's just blow up the Lifelinker and scry 1 right now. That's pretty good. Circuit Mender is also good. Alright, I'm gonna run out the Valduck and hope that they don't have a kill spell for it. Otherwise, I just give them more time to find a kill spell. Nice. Nice. Let's go! Valduck Gamer. So, what I could have done here is not use the Discipline and saved it for a trick, but I think I valued getting the extra, token immediately there. We're still in a really good spot. Like, these Boots of Haste are just completely gonna ruin them. Look at this. 2/3 flyer off the top, equipped with the boots, hit him for 3. Bladed Ambassador, move the boots over. Attack. They're pretty much forced to block. I get to eat their creature. Oh, or they won't. Yeah, our deck had a very, very good draw there. Woo! Alright, now we've lived the Valduck dream. Can cross that off the list of things to do with this deck. 2 and 1. Okay. Let's go to game number 4. I think that's a mulligan without having a red source. Wow. Basically same hand, but this time we're going to keep since we're on a mull to 6. This has the upside of having a Sunfall in our hand if we can just find a few lands, but... I mean, this will be a good curve if I draw a land next turn, even if it's just another Plains. Attack for 3, play a 2/3 flying. Sweet, we'll take it. A lot of red-white mirrors here. No blocks. Oh, that's very bad. Oketra's Monument is absolutely nuts. So, we need to grind them out of creatures in their hand somehow and then set up a Sunfall, I guess? Jeez, yeah, look at this. That's good. Maybe we can just grind them out here. And now the Valduck will make a 3/1 next turn. Okay, alright. Confidence is slightly increasing. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield in your control, you get a 1/1 counter on that? That's insane with Monument. They should attack with a 1/1 Vigilance. Oh, well, they didn't. Nice. And we're gonna get 2 blood tokens here because we have a creature with flying and a creature with trample currently. Oh, 3. Wait, what else did we have? Oh, it had trample and haste. Hey, the 3/1 token was a trample haster, so it gave us 2 blood. And the Sky Marcher gave us the other one. That's great. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, deals 1 damage to any target. That's pretty good. There's actually a good chance, I think, that I can kill my opponent this next turn. Ah, maybe not. Okay. Maybe not. Just what we wanted them to do. Good. Alright, I mean, hey. Flyer is a 2-turn clock. Should probably attack with everything here. All those 1/1s have vigilance, so I think I would have sent them in if I were them. 2/3 flyer. Well, now we just go Sunfall and laugh. Okay. Get 2 blockers that way. We get to make them chump with 1, and then flash in Omen end of turn. I mean, if they keep ripping creatures off... If they brick 1 turn, we basically win, but if they draw a few creatures in a row... Yeah. They draw a few creatures in a row. In fact, that Combat Thresher, if it draws another creature, is super bad for us. And that has double strike too, so I can't even send in my 1/1s to it. Alright, so we're going to play out the land so that we can equip the Cleaver. We can, on our upkeep, sack the Omen to scry 2. No, this is bad. They are getting out of this. God damn a Ketra's Monument. Basically keeping any creature. Sheesh. We needed them to brick 1 turn and they couldn't. And now they have a Rummager too, so it's going to be a lot harder for them to brick. Okay, rummage and don't find anything 1 time, please. Gosh darn it. Like, I need to try to grind them out of creatures, but... There we go. Okay, that's good. I don't want to draw them a card. I guess I just attack for 8, force them to chump with the 1/1, and then play the 4/4 as another lethal threat. This is a human as well, so if I suit up the cleaver to that, it's 7 life. Okay. Oh, nothing? I think we go for it if they have nothing there. And that has trample haste. Perfect. So we kill the combat thresher. They can draw a card now, but they're only going to have 3 mana open, and I have 4 lethal threats. Woo! Man. Casting a lot of Sunfalls and scary almost losing a lot of games, so. Anyways, 3-1. Feeling good. On to the next. Yeah, another very nice hand with Sunfall again. I am a very good Sunfall gamer. Oh, there's the duck. Yeah, turn 1 creature, turn 2 removal, turn 3, turn 4 creature. Cycle Gloomfang Mauler. Alright, they are playing Esper. They pass again, I'm going to assume they have some interaction, of course, but I'm going to go ahead and just run out the Valduck anyways. Be it a counter or otherwise. Removal that they don't want to cast on Initiate. Discard Mirror Shell Crab as a pay 3 counter. Nice. No auras or equipment in our hand, so not too upset about that. Pilgrim grab a plains. Nice fixing by them. Hoping to hit another white source here, obviously. Alright, let's go to combat. Show me what you got. Feat of Resistance. Let's kill it in response. And we will keep the second white source, even though we don't really want to draw land. Cycle Easy Prey. Yeah, I have a bunch of creatures that are not worth killing with that. Oh, looks like they have a solid Esper deck. Ooh. A 2/2 that when it ETBs, if you attack to draw a card. So they're just playing that out as a gray ogre to block all my 1/1s. Ooh, Wrath is scary. Target player mills 3. You should never mill your opponent unless you're trying to actively mill them out, so... yeah, we don't care about taking 2. Take it all. Oh, bounce the Stormfleet Spy, replay it, draw a card. That's nice. Well, only one card left in their hand. I mean, they can get the Pilgrim back, but... I feel like Sunfall plus Audric's gotta be pretty good here. If they have another land, they can bring back their Pilgrim and cast it, but... that only chumps the 10/10 and eats up all of their mana. They would still take 3 extra. Yeah, looks like that's their play. They might not even have that many white sources left anyways. Planes to grab, that is. Jeez, we are hitting like a champ here. Jump. Go to 1. Now they're going to need a reverse Wrath. Nice. Whew. Sunfall Gamer. I don't normally run Wrath effects in my aggro decks, but like I said, this is the one Wrath that you will play. 4 and 1 now. Let's GG go next. No Sunfall. I'm going to keep this hand. It needs to draw a Valduck or hopefully a cheaper curve of sorts. But it's got a couple pieces of removal now with that greeting off the top. So it's not like a terrible hand. Yeah, need to play the tap land here, sadly. Then we can Cavalier next turn. Burglar Rat! Guess we just discard the military discipline here. Three, trample, haste. I will attack. I should guess I put a stop on my upkeep in case I want to Jaya's Greeting and try to find a land. Main phase cast out, okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna upkeep kill the Dreg Recycler and try to find a land here. I think bottoming Sunfall is right. As much as it pains me, I think that might actually be the right play. Alright. I don't mind trying to race. Annex Sentry, boo. This'll be good. We might be able to blow them out with the Divine Arrow on the Sentry when it attacks. Nice. Okay, fair enough. Well, still a good deal for us. Now let's see, these are both humans. Let's get the 4/4 online, even though I can't give it haste, and that's going to be a 7 or 8 power lifelinker next turn if they don't do anything. I'll trade for your 4/4, gain 8. Seems good. Buys a lot of time. Okay. Alright, they're Hellbent. I don't think we need to equip the boots because I'm not attacking. So let's just hold up Fateful Absence here. So if we find a creature to cast next turn, we're in a really good spot. That's a nice one. Wow. So we go main phase Omen. Make both of their creatures unable to block. We want to target the Burglar Rat first, and then the Soloist, the Garrison Cat second. So now the Rat has to attack next turn. Oh wait, shoot, we wanted the Cat to attack next turn, because it makes tokens. Well, whatever. Slight mistake there. It was the Cat I needed to attack. Whoopsies. Prison Sentence. That's still okay, though, because that means our Soloist is still like an annoying enchantment for them. You know? We'll go equip, pass. Scry end of turn. Sorin? Oh my lord. That's bad. We can kill that with Fateful Absence, but that's bad. I want my Sunfall back, please. Yikes. So Cat can't block. Going face because we need to kill Sorin. Oh, this is nice. They're gonna lose the Sorin then. Okay. Ah, jeez. Well, now I have to kill that thing, don't I? Otherwise, they gain 4 life. Yeah, shoot. We are pretty dead here, it seems like. Need to draw Valduck. If we can draw Valduck, we're right back in it, I suppose. Crazy. Return an artifact. Oh, they have Sentry! Gross. That beautiful Sunfall, I need you back. I think it was absolutely correct to bottom it at the time, but now we're getting smacked. Alright, takes 3. Okay, it gets +X, where X is the number of creatures you control. That's pretty good. All of a sudden, this is what I'm talking about, that Exaltation is making it really annoying for them. What did I discard off of the burglar rat again? Military discipline or something? Alright, we're pretty happy with this. We'll kill the sentry plus the pack beast. Leave their cat alive. Gain another 7. Okay. Yep. Lifelinker with plate mail. Oh, and they have an epic here too. Nice. Juggernaut. Wow. What do we make unable to block here? The 4/4? This is a ton of trample hasty damage. 6, 7, 8, yeah. So they have to block with a lifelinker, which is super bad for them because, well, they can't plate mail suited up anymore. Holy crap. What a draw for us. Insane. And then we can unearth it next turn. They do go back up to 5. Okay, this doesn't kill them. Oh. I wonder if, yeah, see, let's see. I think they're not supposed to block with the a Johnny's Pridemate there, because they would have lived, right, since they have a lifelink hit. So it's something they can't put in their hand, funny enough. Do we just win next turn again? 5, 6, 7. Are we 1 off of lethal next turn? I think so. So we can make the 4/4 unable to block. Equip the booties. 9 trample. They go to, because this has ward, so. Okay. They can make a lifelinker, but I can make the lifelinker unable to block. Dude, this soloist is giving them the business. Oh, they gain another 3. Boo.
I bring my own army.
They're not going to attack here. Oh my god, does that win? How much is the ward? 1? That's insane. That's insanely funny. Dude, that soloist. So good. They have to be extremely frustrated. They had Soren for so long and we were able to grind through it. I drew extremely well there. I mean, make no mistakes. My top decks were out of this world to win that game. But hey, play to your outs, I guess. 5-1 now. On to the next game we go. We'll be on the play. Sorry, we'll be on the draw. Nothing to do on turn 1 or 2 except, well, no creature anyways, except for, yeah, a bunch of 3s and a 5. I mean, I'm going to keep the hand. We're on the draw. Gives us a couple chances to find something to cast. And if not, this is still a decent curve, because Sunrise Cavalier into Odric nets us 2 blood tokens as well. Oh, the duck. Alright, that's good too. Okay, no plays on turn 2 for us, no plays on turn 2 for them. Let's go for the haste. If they have a counter, that's fine. Disallow, yep. That was more the bait card. Oh, 5-4 trample learn? Yuck. That's gross. And they actually have a pest summoning to go grab. That's amazing. That is pretty incredible. I love it. Okay. Let's attack for 3 here. And let's make a couple of blood tokens. Oh, I missed out on 1 extra blood token by not playing my first striker first. Whoopsies. Small mistake there. I mean, I don't think we're going to be utilizing the blood tokens this game, but they might just start activating Pass While Adept on their Gnarled Professor and giving unblockable. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, just putting me on a fast clock. Okay. This is going to let them draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power, otherwise you put a 1/1 counter. Yeah. So Soloist. Into that can't block. Into that can't block and has to attack. And now the pressure's on, my friend. Nope. No good. He still hits you for 1,000,000. You gain 1. The pest has to attack. I guess I should have made the Pass While Adept attack, but if I draw a land, I get to go Juggernaut plus haste it up next turn too. Although, if I Juggernaut haste, then oh, am I dead? No, I'm not dead. If I Juggernaut haste, I lose the Valduck. I guess we can make multiple things unable to block next turn too if they're not careful. And the pest has to attack this turn, that's right. Yeah, I messed up by not making the Pass While Adept need to attack, but hopefully that doesn't matter. Oh, they have to attack now. I think they messed up. So if I just take this, I win, right? Can't block, can't block. Yeah, they die. Let's go! Woo! Soloist. Soloist just freaking soloing people. 1 freaking more. 6-1, baby. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's see if we can finish strong. Got a 6-1 currently. Oh, and that's a nice looking hand. 2-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 3-drop. On the draw, though. Dismal Backwater, turn 1 from the opponent. Another Esper player here. Into a 3/2. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses life. That's fine. We go to combat. We'll see if they double block. If they do, we get to Divine Arrow for 2 for 1. If they don't, then we get to play Odric and make a blood token. Okay. No blocks here, because we are going to try to be the aggressor. Erika's Spawn. So they're going to be able to sack the Farika's Spawn when I target it with Divine Arrow, but it's going to need to happen eventually anyways, and I still get to develop out at 2 drops, so no big deal. That's going to drain 2, so... Oh no, drain, yeah, drain 2, no, sorry. I lose 2, they gain 1 is what's going to happen. Into a 2/2 that gives another creature flying when it attacks. That's fine by me. Combat, everything but the 1/1 token. I don't care if they double block Odric or just trade with it, that's fine now. Sure. We are fueling their graveyard for Farika's Spawn, but there's probably not much I can do about that anyways. Spawn is what? Exile 3 other cards? Yeah. Thieves' Tools. ETB make a treasure. Creature can't be blocked as long as its power is 3 or less. Oh, that's kind of annoying. That's a great draw. Not attacking with the Valduck, but getting nice value off of it already. Alright, there's the Farika's Spawn, but I will just have to sack the 1/1 if that's the case. Alright, let's sack a token. Pretty good. Yeah, let's follow it up. That exiles the Spawn too, so they won't be able to get it back later. Looking good. Looking real good. One short of lethal with the discipline that turn. And they have to play very, very conservatively, because any creature I draw with the boots gives haste, you know? But maybe they have to attack. Maybe they just have to hope that I never draw a creature. Fearless Puppy, fantastic draw. The first striker, so really, really hard for them to block. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield, that's fine. Okay. So chump with links, keep the mine worker alive. That's beautiful. Another lethal draw. And we might as well keep our token alive, and then we can move the Boots of Speed and have 3 lethal creatures attacking next turn. Boots were incredible this freaking draft, my lord. They did so much work. I mean, that's the entire game plan, right? Red, white, aggro, but hell yeah. All right, and with that, my friends, we have to say good beats. That was a nice little draft. Got a lot of good cards, a lot of good draws, and some fun games. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.